Namaste. It's really lovely to be back with you again this week for another meditation session. And I hope that you're all meeting yourself wherever you're at as we move gently through spring. I'm looking slightly different this week. I took the scissors to my hair and to my mommy's hair and gave us matching wonky fringes. So we're kind of quite happy that we're in lockdown for another few weeks in the hope that the hair will grow out. And that's about the most exciting thing that's happened to me all week. So a few things to share before we start. I started a 21-day gratitude practice about 14 days ago now. I'm looking up here because I have all my little post-it notes up on the wall. And I wanted to share this because actually it's been a really lovely practice. I've done things like this in the past, but this time I'm very specifically keeping the gratitude in the day. So historically I would have, if I was saying out loud what I was grateful for, it would be I'm grateful for my health, or I'm grateful for my family, I'm grateful for, and of course I'm grateful for all of those things. But that's kind of like, that's very general, and I am grateful for those things every day. So in this practice, I have a little thing here of post-it notes, and each evening I'm just choosing a different post-it note and writing down what I'm grateful for, whatever's happened in that day. So yesterday I wrote that I was grateful for a FaceTime with my son, who I miss so much. I was grateful for some time spent in the afternoon with my mum, just having a cup of tea and doing the crossword. It's the simple things, the little things. The other evening I wrote about how grateful I was to be able to sit underneath the moon. There was a beautiful moon, and I sat and did a meditation and just appreciating nature. So it's the little things, and when you keep it in the day, you kind of tend to go through your day looking, oh, what am I going to write tonight? Oh, that just happened, or that'll go on my gratitude list. And it's quite nice. It makes you very present. So I thought I'd share that, and if that resonates with anyone, you might want to give it a go. And the other thing is, when we write down what we're grateful for, when you commit it to paper, a shift happens. It's different from just thinking the thought. So I'm gonna leave that with you. It's a really lovely practice. So today's meditation is a lovely meditation for balancing our feelings and emotions. And it's a mindfulness technique that we're going to use today. And it's an open door meditation where you're going to meet lots of different versions of yourself. So a few weeks ago, we did a meditation where we released our emotions, we let them go. Today, we're doing something very different. We're welcoming them in. And again, remember that the essence of meditation is just awareness. So one might resonate more than the other. So see how you feel today when you meet lots of different versions of you. Now, I did a retreat a few years ago, and one of the big things I took away from it was this idea that a lot of the time we're not in touch with how we're really feeling. So if someone says, how are you doing? Standard answer, grand, I'm grand. I don't know if that resonates with anyone. I'm okay. On this retreat, those words were banned. The facilitators were saying, okay is not an emotion. What does that mean? So it really got me thinking. And before we left, they gave us a list of emotions. Now, you're not going to be able to read them, but you can see how many there is. And one of the things I really got from this was, when I said I was angry, then I'd look at the list under angry and I'd say to myself, am I really angry? Or am I a bit annoyed? Because there's a big difference. Am I irritated? There's a difference between being angry and being a bit irritated. Or Resentful. Am I feeling resentful? Why am I feeling resentful? But if I label that as angry, that's going to change my reactions. It's going to change how I behave. So getting in touch with how we feel and labeling our feelings correctly is so important. And no feelings are good or bad, they just are. So we're going to do this lovely balance and meditation today. And just before we start, I'm going to read out just a whole list of feelings and emotions. And you don't have to do anything, just sort of let them wash over you. And some might resonate and some might not. One of the ones that came up for me when I did this meditation was my playful side showed up. And I realised that, in this last year, with everything being the way it has been, I think I've been just so focused on other things that the playful side of myself was kind of neglected and hidden away. So that was lovely. So when my playful side showed up at my door, I was like, note to self, more play. So that was really nice. So just see who shows up for you today. If you're a visual person, the more you can really visualize the scene, the more you can really take yourself, feel yourself, meeting yourself, the more powerful this will be. But if you're not a visual person, just get a sense of, just try and just get a sense of what we're doing today. But always remember there's no right or wrong. There's just holding and flowing. And we're not trying to do anything. Let me rephrase that. We're going to do this. And whatever happens, happens. We don't have to try. We don't have to do anything. So before we start, as always, find a nice comfortable position. Now, if you're on the floor, just make sure that you can sit comfortably for about 20-25 minutes. So we don't want to be shifting about. If you're uncomfortable and you can't sit for a long period of time on the floor, sit on a chair, please, because this is just going to take away from your meditation if you're shifting about, if you're in pain, okay? If you're on a chair, please sit with your back straight so you're not slouching down against something, but you're up nice and straight. I have a wee cushion behind me, low down. It's a meditation cushion, and that keeps me up nice and straight. Please don't lie down because we're not going to sleep. We're trying to find this lovely balance between being relaxed but being mentally alert. Okay. And then whenever it feels okay, take a deep breath right down into the core of your being. And as you exhale very slowly now, just close your eyes or lower your gaze. And we begin very gently by giving ourselves permission to relax. This is your time today to befriend yourself, to get to know yourself. So just letting go now of people, places and things. Letting go of your day. And meeting yourself in the present moment. The only moment that exists. Relaxing your eyes behind your eyelids. Allow your face to completely soften. Relax your jaw. Relax your shoulders, all of the muscles in your back. Release, soften. And soften your belly. And bring your awareness to your breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. Just allowing that breath to stay so soft and gentle. You might want to imagine a little feather on your top lip. Allowing the breath to be so gentle that that little feather doesn't fly away. Noticing the sensations of the breath entering the nostrils. Traveling up through the nose and down the back of the throat, down through the chest, right down into your belly. Filling your belly with this life-giving air. And exhaling, feeling the air leaving your belly, your chest, traveling up through the back of your throat and down through the nostrils. Dissolving into the space. And just spending a few moments now really becoming aware of that sensation of the breath entering and leaving your body. Befriending your breath today. And if thoughts are coming up, just remember that that's completely normal. It's the nature of the mind to wander. Just bring a gentle awareness to the thought, remembering that you're not your thoughts, and then let it go. Returning your awareness to your breath. I'm going to read out now some feelings, some emotions. Just allow these words to wash over you. You don't have to do anything. Calm, content, anxious, helpless, delighted, exhausted, humbled, optimistic, tense, ashamed, resigned, self-conscious, amazed, edgy, brave, radiant, inspired, enchanted, trusting, on edge, strong, lonely, frightened, withdrawn, caring, skeptical, self-loving, excited, serene, grouchy, intrigued, anguished, worthless, nervous, determined, renewed, vulnerable, sorry, reluctant, rattled, blessed, thankful, aloof, and taking a long, slow, deep breath now, right down into the core of your being. As you exhale, allow your imagination now to be open and receptive. And just imagine yourself now sitting in your own front room. There's nobody else around. You're by yourself. Really see yourself now sitting in your front room. And you hear a knock at the door. Slowly and mindfully make your way towards your front door. And standing inside your front door, really get a picture of the door in front of you. The colour, texture, and reaching out now, go ahead and open your front door. Opening the front door now, you see standing before you yourself. This is a very happy version of yourself. Give your happy self a big hug and invite yourself in. Closing the front door behind you, bring happy self into your front room. And just take a moment and notice how you feel. Now you hear a knock at the door. So leaving happy self in your front room, mindfully make your way back to your front door. And slowly opening the front door, you look up and you see an angry version of yourself standing before you. With compassion, you embrace this angry version of yourself and invite them in. Closing the front door behind you and bringing angry self into the living room to join happy self. How does this feel? Just take a moment. Awareness of how you feel. hearing another knock at the front door, leaving happy self and angry self in the front room. Slowly make your way towards the front door, opening the door. You see a very excited version of yourself before you. Go ahead and give your excited self a big enthusiastic hug and invite them in, closing the front door and bringing excited self into the front room to join angry self and happy self. And just taking a moment how does this feel? And hearing another knock at the door, you leave happy self, angry self, and excited self, and make your way slowly to the front door. Opening the door, standing before you is a very sad version of yourself. You give yourself a warm embrace and invite sad self in, closing the door behind you and bringing sad self to the front room to join happy self, angry self, and excited self. I invite you now to take some time to welcome in all versions of yourself, your entire rainbow of emotions. Name each one. See each emotion personified and arrive one by one at your front door. The more you fully connect with the experience, each individual experience of welcoming in each emotion, the more that you can physically feel yourself embrace and welcome them in, the more powerful this becomes. And it might be that some are easy to welcome in and some that you might not want to welcome in at all. But if we ignore them, and if we push them away, push them back, they will keep coming back, fighting harder for our attention. So I'm just going to give you a few minutes now and really take your time. Name each emotion and just be curious with no judgment about who shows up to be with you today. And just taking a few more moments, checking outside the front door to make sure that shy self isn't hiding or playful self isn't up a tree. Letting all the versions of yourself know that they're welcome today. Take a long, slow, deep breath. And as you exhale, take a moment now and look around your front room and see all the versions of yourself. And what you'll see is balance. Your fiery self is teaching your shy self confidence. Your compassionate self is consoling your hurt self. Your calm self is soothing your angry self. When we recognize and welcome the vast rainbow of emotions, we find balance. There are no positive or negative emotions. They're all here to help us. Anxiety keeps us safe. It's a primal warning signal for danger. Next time you feel a wave of anxiety, just welcome it. Say to it, "Hello, old friend." And then check to see if there's any obvious danger. And if not, just thank it for coming up, but tell it that you're safe, and then carry on with whatever you are doing. And just spending a final few moments now with all these lovely versions of yourself. And thank them for showing up today. And then opening your front door once again and allowing each version of yourself to leave. Letting them know that they can come back to visit. And then taking a seat in your front room once again. Bringing your awareness very gently back to your breath. And we'll move into a really important part of our practice now. And this is where we check in with how we feel. Remember that the you that comes out one side of meditation is different from the you that went in. So just begin by bringing your awareness to your physical body, scanning your body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Just noticing any sensations, any pain, numbness, anything at all. And just label those sensations with no judgment. How does your body feel today? And taking a big deep breath. As you exhale fully and completely, bring your awareness very gently to your mind. How does your mind feel today? Just acknowledge any thoughts that came up for you during this meditation with no judgment. Remember that you are not your thoughts. How's your mind feeling? And taking a long, slow, deep breath. As you exhale, bring your awareness very gently now to your spiritual heart, right in the center of your chest. How does your heart feel today? Acknowledging all the emotions that came up for you with no judgment, but with that very gentle awareness. I'm just resting here now for another moment while I read you a poem, and this is called Heart Prints. Whatever our hands touch, we leave fingerprints on walls, on furniture, on doorknobs, dishes, books. There's no escape. As we touch, we leave our identity. Wherever I go today, help me leave heart prints of compassion, of understanding and love, heart prints of kindness and genuine concern. May my heart touch a lonely neighbour, or a runaway daughter, or an anxious mother, or perhaps an old grandfather. Send me out today to leave heart prints, and if someone should say, I felt your touch, may they also sense the love that is deep within my heart. Take a long, slow, deep breath. And as you exhale, bring your hands now to your heart center, or place them over your heart. and feel deep, deep love and care and compassion for yourself, for showing up for yourself today, for giving yourself the time and the space to sit and get to know yourself. It's a really brave thing to do. And I thank you so, so much for allowing me to hold this very precious space. Namaste. Sending everybody so much love, and thank you so much for having me, and hopefully I will see you again next week.